Greetings to all persons who have assembled here. Today I am asked to talk on emotional management. To be frank enough, life is nothing but a management skill. We have to manage many things in life and we have to manage different parts of our life. We have to manage the resources, human beings, human relations, and also time. And above all, emotional management is very important technique and one has to master this emotional management technique in order to be successful in their life. After all, emotions will either make your future or break your future. You should be cautious enough regarding the emotions that are cropping up from your mind or from your brain. And you should see that the intensity of your emotions should not hurt or damage or strain the relationships. Now, in this class, let us learn how we can control different emotions. And also, we'll also try to learn what are the different types of emotions that are normally encountered by a human being. Every individual is a bundle of emotions, of course, because right from our infancy, right from our birth, we are carried away by various emotions. Instead of witnessing them or instead of seeing them separately, we get mixed up. We try to identify ourselves with the emotions, and sometimes we may get depressed. Instead of that, if you observe the working of emotion and if you go to the source of emotion, then you can learn the art and you can also learn the science of managing the emotion. So, every individual is a bundle of emotions, undoubtedly, of course. Right from the days of infancy, we gather many experiences. We form many beliefs. As a result, our emotions are conditioned and guided by our surroundings, environment, and also our experiences. So, some people will have positive emotions and some people will have negative emotions, whereas many of us will have mixed emotions. Sometimes we may have positive emotions, and some other times we may be just carried away by negative emotions. In emotional management, we should be cautious enough to select only positive emotions and we should shut our doors to negative emotions because negative emotions are undoubtedly detrimental to the career of anyone because negative emotions will spoil the work environment in a particular area and it hurts the team spirit. As a result, negative emotions are considered to be toxic to the human development. So, negative set of mind should be replaced by positive set of mind. You should always give positive feedback. You should always see the positive side of a particular incident or particular event so that you train yourself in such a manner that only positive emotions and positive thoughts should come to you from all sides of the universe. This is what our ancient seers and ancient maharshis practiced. In dhyana, they invite or they welcome only positive emotions from different parts of the universe. So, even the person who is meditating on positive emotions will develop this positive attitude so that he will be successful in his career. So, every individual is a bundle of emotions, and emotions are classified as positive emotions and negative emotions. Positive emotions are quite useful, whereas negative emotions are like toxins. Constructive emotions and destructive emotions are normally entertained by human beings. Sometimes we feel like damaging something, we feel like separating two people, and we would like to create some sort of enmity and animosity between the various employees and employers sometimes. So this is a destructive tendency. Normally, these destructive emotions may be due to the false prestige or false ego identity. If you identify yourself with false objects like position and possession, then it may lead to some sort of destructive emotion. We should observe this and check it in the beginning itself. So, constructive emotions are very, very crucial and they are very, very important and they add some sort of driving force to you. As a result, you can continue in a particular path without being doubting Thomas. Of course, emotions are nothing but the brain works. All emotions come up from a particular part of the brain. Our cerebrum is divided into right cerebral hemisphere, which is the emotional center, and the left cerebral hemisphere, which is the intellectual center. Emotions can be categorized into rational emotions and irrational emotions. Rational emotions will guide you properly. Rational emotions will encourage you to plan for something and also for implementing the plan. Whereas irrational emotions will create unnecessary doubts, fears, obstructions, hurdles, constraints, inhibitions in an individual. For example, during the Kurukshetra war, Arjuna first encountered these destructive emotions, these destructive factors. As a result, he identified himself with kith and kin. Instead of identifying himself with the duty of the ruling community, he took a U turn and started identifying himself with relations. It's not that relations are not important, relations are also important. But if there is a clash between profession and relations, profession should prevail. That is a professional ethics. So the people with rational thinking will have better emotional intelligence. So you have to first identify your core nature, whether you are a person with right brain dominance or a person with left brain dominance. If you belong to left brain category, then you are rational in your thinking. Sometimes it may reach the climax because if you reach the climax of intelligence, you will not pay attention to the human relations. You will become unusually professional. This is also not required. So you have to keep all your emotions under a particular limit. That is called management. Don't allow anything, any emotion to take you away, to hijack you, to hack your entire system. You try to suppress the negative emotions and at the same time you try to control, manage, modulate, orient the positive emotions. There should be some sort of coherence between your right brain attitude and also left brain attitude. You should be an intellectual with emotion. You should be a kind intellectual, not a cruel intellectual. So little bit of right brain activity is also required. And at the same time, little bit of left brain intervention is also required. Yeah. Emotional personalities. Personalities, they are needed for the society. Because if the person is without emotion, then he will be leading a mechanical life. We become robots. We become like programmed devices. So it is very, very important for all of us to have this emotional part of life. So try to be emotional, but try to control the emotions also. So if you don't have any emotion, you don't create anything. There should be some sort of romanticism in life. There should be some sort of aesthetics in life. If you happen to see Taj Mahal, you should be in a position to admire the romantic nature of Shah Jahan and the relationship between Shah Jahan and Mumtaz. But the person who lacks this romantic part of life or attitude in his life will not be in a position to admire Taj Mahal. So, if you want to create something, some emotion is required. No doubt, intelligence also has its own role in creation. But people who are poets, patriots, writers, directors in the film field, artists, all of them are emotional, little bit more emotional than others. Yeah, I mentioned the list like writers, poets, patriots, and army people. Army personnel should have patriotism to the highest level. You should identify yourself with the nation, Mera Bharat Mahan. You should identify yourself with motherland. You should enjoy that bondage to your motherland. Janani Janmabhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi. East or west, home is the best. This nostalgic feeling, this is nothing but an emotion. Unless you have this nostalgic feeling, you can't be a better army person. So, like that, emotional personalities are required for the nation rather than scientists. Scientists, they are dry people, dry intellectuals. But we want this emotional stuff. Otherwise, science will become a market commodity. That is what happening now. Because science is manufacturing many goods and the goods are being sold in the market and every individual is exploited beyond a certain limit. So science professes only market culture. It's only a dry intellectualism. You should add human face to science. You should add human face to economics. If it is to be done, we need emotional personalities. Yeah. Women tend to be more emotional, of course, because God has created men first as rough draft, whereas women, they are improvised versions of human nature. They tend to be more emotional because of their maternal attitude towards everyone. Women can also express their emotions in a better manner because they have language skills. They have got better language skills. They know how to use the language to their advantage, how to negotiate. Their negotiating skills are just because of their command over their emotions. They know when to weep, they know when to smile. They can win over you either by weeping or by smiling. So, women are improvised versions and they know how to project their emotions in a better way when compared to men. But because of their fine emotional aspect, sometimes this may take a negative turn and they may become emotional wrecks. That is why many women, majority of the women may become hysteric because sometimes due to hormonal disturbance after a certain age, they may not be in a position to handle their emotions because emotions are intensified. They may not be generated by hormones, but emotions may be intensified by hormonal outbursts. In such cases, because women have disadvantage of hormones, they are subjected to mood swings often. That is required also. That is their physiological need because they play many roles as mother, wife. They are the multitask managers. As a result, their emotions and hormones are subjected to some sort of mood swings. Sometimes you may find certain negative emotions at peak level in women like jealousy, hatredness, revenge, like that. But whereas in case of men, I don't say that they don't have emotions, but normally They are not carried away by the emotions. This is another advantage in the society, in the patriarchal society, because the dominance is exhibited by male, and he is not suppressed. Because women are suppressed, their emotions are also suppressed. In such cases also there may be a possibility of women being a psychological wrecks. So it is our duty to respect their emotions. So the basic difference between women and men in the quality of emotions is women will have better emotions, more refined emotions, and they know how to manage them. But they have got some hormonal disadvantage because of the estrogen levels coming up and down. Sometimes you may find some negative shades in their emotions also. Negative personalities spoil the team spirit. If you find any person, he may be, they may be men or women, of course. If there is one negative personality, then he will be a troublemaker. Positive emotion and emotional thinking is important, not negative emotional thinking. The people with positive emotions, they are troubleshooters, whereas the people with negative emotions are troublemakers. So one should develop these positive emotions like love, compassion, sympathy, empathy, like that. Sympathy means just understanding and sympathizing. Empathy means rising to the occasion. One should rise to the occasion in order to address the grievance. Mere sympathy is not required for anyone. No one needs your sympathy. So, sympathy is no doubt a good emotion, of course, a positive emotion, but you should not stop there. It should be converted into empathy. Then only the problems of the society, the evils of the society will be removed. Emotion is a trap. Sometimes, as I already told, in case of Arjuna, he was trapped by certain emotions towards his kith and kin. Of course, later a management teacher in the form of Krishna addressed his grievance and removed his agony. Fear is another destructive emotion. Fear is another trap. Perfection is another trap. Some people want to be perfect in all aspects. It's not possible. We are not God. We are, after all, human beings. We are prone to commit mistakes. To err is human, to forgive is divine. So, fear is another destructive emotion. Normally, fear of failure, fear of rejection, all these things are traps. So, you try to go beyond this emotion that is branded as fear. You try to go beyond this. Emotions are influenced by ambience, of course. Family members, friends, and family. Family members means parents. In a combined families, you find many members belonging to different generations. And sometimes your grandfather may impose his ideas, his beliefs on you. Don't accept any belief without testing it, because blind beliefs will upset your emotions, will throw you towards negative shade. Yeah, mood swings. I already made it clear. Normally, due to hormonal imbalance, women may subject to mood swings after certain age. In such cases, men should understand them. Even in work areas, even in workplaces, like companies, offices, colleges, etc., they should be properly understood. Their emotion should be given due respect. Hormonal outburst is another reason for mood swings. Of course, there are certain hormones called love hormones, feel good hormones, emergency hormones. You might be knowing emergency hormone, namely adrenaline, that is responsible for changing your emotions to the detrimental levels or to the dangerous levels, because your BP increases because of the emission of this emergency hormone. Feel good hormone, serotonin, is a feel good hormone. which makes you comfortable. Like that, your compassion towards other people, your romance with your better half, or sometimes with your bitter half, or with your fiancé, it's all guided by love hormones. That means love hormones are responsible for certain emotions. Even motherly instinct, motherly emotion, maternal emotion is also generated by because of one hormone like prolactin, progesterone, oxytocin, etc. Unless these three hormones have some sort of influence on that female, she will not develop a motherly instinct. Yeah, keep the legs in the shoes of others. This is called empathizing. Be rational, avoid negative tendencies, don't be a troublemaker, try to be a troubleshooter. And remember, emotional intelligence is key to the success. Unless you have got a very good command over your emotions, you can't reach the peak of success. So, hope you have understood this properly. Due to lack of time, I am not going into the intricacies of influence of hormones and emotions. So, try to observe, watch, guard your emotions. Try to hide certain emotions. Don't be too transparent with all. Don't just to throw your emotions on others like a shower bath. So you try to regulate your emotions and try to develop positive personality by inculcating positive spirit in yourself, and only try to see the positive side of every incident, and try to control negative tendencies. So hope this makes you a fine positive minded personality. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.